Howdy howlers. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I'm Sako Toomey, also known as Cass Voight. I write horror and I'm a witch and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine these three things. Today I am tapping into that witchy side and I'm reading through Weave the Liminal. We're about halfway into the book, just a little bit. And we're going to start talking about turning the wheel of you. I encourage you to craft your own wheel. Hello, Nicole. So good to see you. Hello, Orla. I'm still kind of groggy, but I'm here. Oh. Oh. How are you guys doing this morning? I have so many tabs open, it's ridiculous. Oh, nice. Okay, Weird is working on her brand and stuff and gave me a shout out for helping her put things in perspective. It's cool. I'm honored. And I saw Angela Ann's video on content creation for Instagram. So I think I'm going to make an account specifically for Cass and then implement these practices for Cass Voight. Because I think I still want to keep my Psycho Sako stuff art. And I'll do the writing stuff and the reading stuff and stuff like that on Cass Voight. Hello, pronoun. So good to see you. Hello, Ginny. I hope things are going well. You need to work on your brand. Yeah. Don't we all? But if you intend on publishing, if you intend on selling your work, I strongly recommend doing the brand stuff. If nothing else, do the brand stuff. And then you can start thinking about business and stuff like that. But brand comes first. And even then there are steps for working on your brand. Oof. Oh, my kitty's coming. Hi, baby. You want to come up here? Look at that spot. Look at this spot. It looks so comfy, doesn't it? Look at this spot. Yeah. All right. I'm going to start reading, and then people will mill in as time allows. I struggle with this. Well, if you struggle with this, you know, like, I'm always willing to help. Always willing to help. And Canva is a wealth of knowledge. Great ideas, well crafted. It's a really great starting point. I need to tweak my brand anyway. Gotta tweak it. Mill, mill, mill. Mill, mill, mill. Mill. Mill, 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 mill. Hey, yo. Okay, Weird. Thanks for the shout out on your Insta this morning. I'm really honored that I've put you on this, like, I want to say put you on this path, but I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. It's just helping you kind of like narrow what it is that you want and what you got to do in order to, you know, get what you want. It's a big step. It's a huge step, and I'm honored that I had anything to do with it. Yeah, what's your brand? I mean, your avatar is one step, right? So you can base it on that. What kind of colors are being used? What kind of type would you use? What kind of imagery would work with it? Hi, Natalie. It's lovely to see you. We said mill in, so I'm milling. Oh, I see. Okay. Trajectory. Trajectory? Maybe? I don't know. I think boot up the ass is the appropriate terminology. Well, I'm glad I had anything to do with it anyway. Wow, I'm like whacking through this coffee really fast. I might have to stop at some point and go and get more coffee. I have like a mini studio situation going on here, so field trips are less likely to happen. Oh, I'm going to have Aphrodite Lee on my coffee hour tomorrow. I got to send her a thing like today to remind her. Love the new avatar, yeah. Yeah. It's good stuff. I'm gonna look at Instagram real quick. Yeah. I'm so glad you're excited about it too. So glad that you're excited about it. You're like, I can do this and this and this. Fuck yeah. That's the best part about making a brand. Yeah, exactly. What kind of things do I want associated with me? Polka dots and neon lights? Hell yeah. Hi, Shelby. So good to see you, doll. So I call people doll, right? Like DOLL. And now I'm friends with Doll, it's DAL. So it's kind of like messing with my use of language. I have to like, you know, it's a doll as opposed to a doll. Nuances of language. Oh, I got like last minute stuff to do today and tomorrow and Friday and Saturday. Lots of like productivity sprints, I think, are in my future. All right, we got a healthy amount of people in here. Let's see what the book has to say today. I did not read ahead. Every once in a while I'll do like a quick skim just to see what it is we're going to talk about. Oh, she talks about what her personal wheel is like, which I may or may not use. Just brainstorming out loud. What do I want associated with me? Swords, ravens, wolves, herons, towers. Yeah. No, that's great. No, that's great. Like, that is the kind of imagery that you want to like hunt down and make like an aesthetic of. And then you can work on a logo based on that aesthetic. Absolutely. Look at you guys with your ideas showing off. No, Raven's very creative. Good morning, Sarah Crawford. I'm honored that you're here. Jeez. We're going to be going through Weave the Liminal a little bit, talking about personal calendars when it comes to holidays and stuff. Because not everybody is going to attach themselves to certain days of the year, you know. Super funny. All right. I encourage you to craft your own wheel. You may like the construction of the wheel of the year, or you may find it has too few or too many days that don't make sense for you. If you have only 2 or 3 real seasons where you live, then marking those times will feel more important than a set of 4. If the solstices and equinoxes are equally powerful symbolically for you, then those can be essential for developing your practice. I like the idea of like helping you like figure out how to focus that creativity, because that is like something I specialize in. But I need to start charging for my services is what I need to do. Stupid day job. Oh, but thank you for saying hi. I'm so excited that like, yeah, I'm even on your radar. It's awesome. So I hope you have a really great day. I hope even day job doesn't suck. That's the last of my coffee. Well, not the last of, well, that's the end of my first cup. Once you have researched your roots, you may also discover different names and variations that describe the solar seasons better for you than the modernly assigned ones. In terms of inspiration, is there a time of year that is most important to you? For example, if you feel more connected emotionally and mentally to fall, then the celebration of it will have more significance to you. Oh, hello, hello. Are you good at talking to people? I don't know. Are you? How do you want that question answered? All right, I'll see you later, Jenny. Have a good day. I might skip ahead to this calendar stuff, if you guys are cool with that. Unless you actually want to know about calendar stuff, but I'm not particularly interested in calendar stuff today. I should be looking at this on YouTube and keeping an eye on meditation there. I know about calendar stuff, but you want tarot advice. Oh. And Natalie likes calendar stuff. Okay, great. Well, I'm not throwing cards today, meditation, but I can do a quick little quick little card draw for you, if you're all right with that. If you guys are like cool with me taking a pause to answer a quick question. Now, usually you would ask a question that isn't a yes or no answer. Are you good at talking to people? Now, this deck, this Mystic Mondays deck, is very like self-love, self-care sort of deck. But if there is something that you suck at or something that needs to be said, it's not afraid to say it. No, you're super cool. Thanks for stopping in. I'm honored that I have some of your time. All right. Queen of Swords. So the short answer, how am I talking to people? Okay, so the short answer is yes. The long answer is, you know what? Let me, I'm sure this book can say it better than I could. Where's my swords? King of Pentacles, Princess, Knight, Queen. Brains over beauty. Maybe ask, how am I? Yeah, not to encourage. Okay. Yeah, okay. So this pretty much says it better than I could. All right. Brains over beauty. The Queen of Swords values intellect above all else. She has no problem telling it like it is, with class and with sass. She is direct, witty, honest, and even blunt. Logic rules the land, with the facts being the fairest of them all. She is able to use her discernment and can see past hidden motives easily. She asks that you cut through the noise and gather information that will point you to a clear-cut solution. Detach yourself from your emotions so that you can use your critical eye and with impartiality and clarity. The Queen of Swords likes to get straight to the point and uses tact to get there, preferring to connect on an intellectual level. Sensitive souls may receive her bluntness as cold and dub her the Ice Queen. It's not that she doesn't care, she just wants to be fair. So I hope that answers a little bit of your question. If you don't already cut through the bullshit, maybe you should start. I hope that helped. Also, there we go. Trust your intuition, for reals. That is like applicable to everything. Just trust your intuition. I'm glad you're good looking. I'm glad that you, hey Kat, are you still streaming on Twitch? Is that a thing that you're still doing? It was really good. I'm glad. Stop in again the next time you have another question. I'd love to help. All right, calendar stuff. Because Natalie was like, I'm interested in calendar stuff. So let us talk about calendar stuff. One point that is rarely made is that not everyone has to be given the same amount of weight or importance. Not everything. Yes, absolutely. You can also experiment if you're unsure how you feel about a certain level point on the wheel. Oh my God, I can't read this morning. I swear, I'm sorry. Try some traditional methods and make note of what happens during and after them. Don't be afraid of changing, adding, or removing points as your practice evolves. As time goes by, or if you move to a different place, you may find your relationship to the seasons changing drastically. This is completely natural. If you're unsure where to start, I recommend using the Wheel of the Year for a beginning inspiration. Create a timeline and evaluate the sabbats and their meanings and relevance to you and how you would observe them. Overlay them with the actual season timeline of where you live. Do they make sense for you? Mark the ones that have great significance to you. For me, Samhain is like, that's the be all end all. It's like the number one holiday that I celebrate. I love Samhain, Halloween. Oh, yeah, that's super every day is Halloween for me. Every day is Halloween. So I use Halloween to buy my housewares and my clothing. I got some bitchin' witch shoes. Yeah. Because where else am I going to find bitchin' witch shoes? You know? Hi, kitten. Hi, kitten. Would you like to see my kitten? Hi, Pee-Pee. Come here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, purr. Oh, purr. This is Pabu Ikshu, if you haven't met her yet. She's purring up a storm. All right, you can go. You want to get cozy? Yeah, she wants to get cozy. All right. Where was I? If you're unsure where to start, I did that. When you look at the overall chart, is there a sense of flow to it that reflects your needs and acknowledges that what is happening around you? Yes, also Kitty. Kitty is awesome. She wants to be near me all the time. And, she's an elderly cat. I don't know how much longer she's got left. I'm inclined to spoil her rotten, so if she wants to spend all her time near me, then so be it. To give you an example, this is currently what my personal wheel is like. Since wheels do not have a definitive start and end, I don't have a beginning or finish to my year. Besides the traditional calendar year, there is not a specific time that I recognize as my new year. I tend not to hold some sort of ritual to observe a specific changing of the season unless I feel called to. Now, you don't have your familiar anymore. Oh, that hurts. The cat in my house is my son's and the dog is my ex's. Oh, that sucks. My familiar, I have a weird relationship with my familiar. He has to be involved in all of my magic work, especially if I'm doing it in the living room. And I'm actually surprised that he wasn't involved in the tarot pull. And he definitely adds power to my spells, absolutely. But our connection is janky, to say the least. But I recommend, if you can, get a kitten. Get a kitten, and maybe your dog will puppy the kitten. Technically, Pabu here, despite having chosen me as her person, technically belongs to my mother. But sometimes, so the thing about familiars is you don't choose them, they choose you. All right. Winter solstice. How far into this do you want me to go? Yeah. How far into this do you want me to go, Natalie? Because she goes through all of how she treats all of the holidays, but they are not necessarily how I treat the holidays. The spokes of the year, as it were. I'm not allowed to have any more animals in the house. Boo! Good morning, Mommy. Yay, I'm so honored you're here. I love your face. We're talking about calendars and stuff. I think we're going to move on to, you could highlight the differences between you and her. Okay, great. Let's do it. Winter solstice. All right, so the way she handles it is the transition from the longest night of the year to the beginning of the returning of the light is psychologically very powerful to me. Longest night is also very powerful to me. Absolutely. Since we're often home at this time versus the rest of the year when we're often traveling or on the road, it is definitely a time of fellowship, reconnecting, gathering, feasting with friends, with friends, and decorating with lights. I focus on making our home aromatically welcoming with simmer pots. I do something very similar. My husband's birthday is on the longest night. So sometimes I decorate the house for him, technically, because he's really big on Christmas lights all year round. And I prefer white lights for him. Oh, hey, Alexis. Allie. I guess we're calling you Allie now. All right, great. Long time no see. It's nice to see you popping back in. Oh, I keep reaching for my coffee cup and there's no coffee in it. All right. I am head for the feast the friends. Here, yeah. Nom, 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 nom. Yeah. No kidding. It's okay. It's early. Like, we're all under caffeinated. I get it. All right. The Wild Hunt and Imbolc. Autocorrect dag nabbit. Yeah. All right. From the winter solstice onward, I focus on cleaning out clutter physically and metaphysically. Health and emotional well-being are especially tended to. The clearing and preparation help me focus on what I want to have take root and grow in the spring. I treat Imbolc as the welcoming the sun back. I'll usually have a gathering with my witches, my fellow chaots, and we'll do like Imbolc crafts and stuff. Crafts are really big for Imbolc. Stuff that requires your hands and materials. Making puppets, making Bridget's crosses, stuff like that. And special altar decorations for Imbolc. But it's not a huge deal. Right? All right, spring equinox to Beltane. Beltane is a huge deal to me, so I'm interested to see what she says about this. I don't celebrate the day of spring equinox, but I use this time of year to begin new projects and work outside, preparing the gardens as the weather permits. My birthday is May 15th. So Beltane is a time when I see a lot of fae doing their thing in my area, especially in the woods. I have to warn you, they're fun to party with, but don't trust them. I'm undercaffeinated and oversugared. I'm basically children's breakfast cereal. Oh. Today's my daughter's first full day of school. Of school or off school? I think you mean of school. Because it sounds like... is she going on site for school, or is she doing it online and stuff? Oh, I need more coffee. I do. All right. Okay, so normally I would have a technical difficulties, please stand by screen that would pop up when I go AFK, but my hard drive is giving up the ghost, and it's got like my entire life on it. So I'm hoping that my husband will help me do the things and recover all my stuff. I hope. I really hope. So, Beltane to summer solstice. On site. Oh my gosh. And get coffee. Okay, I'm going to get coffee, and then we're going to talk about summer solstice. That's going to be a thing. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Excuse me, Putty. Hi, Pabu. How's my kitty? Oh. I don't have it backed up on the cloud just yet. That is because I have been having trouble accessing my stuff. Yeah. So I'm hoping my husband can help me. Oh, Dunkin' Donuts is now on DoorDash. Don't tell me that. Oh, don't tell me Dunkin' Donuts is on DoorDash. Oh, no. I love Dunkin' Donuts. And the closest one is kind of a pain in the ass to get in and out of, so kind of want someone else to do it for me. Also, yay, coffee. Yes. I gotta wait till it's cool enough to drink, but yay, coffee. All right. I have a long-standing tradition of celebrating May Day in some significant way. There is definitely a spark to the energy that is excellent for ritual workings and divination. The energy push during this time is for manifestation and progressive growth. I don't focus too closely on the summer solstice because in the back of my head, I know the days are slowly going to get darker. I try to absorb as much daylight as possible. So the longest day is the summer solstice. And then on top of that, yes, I welcome the days getting, or the nights getting longer because, I'm a night person. Hey, Adriana. Do not tell me tasty food can be delivered to my door, you dirty betrayer. It's both frustrating and actually quite convenient that you can't get anything delivered on the military post I live on. Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. All right. We're almost done with this chapter. It's almost a thing. Ooh. We're going to get into some cool stuff. Summer onward to the fall equinox. I exercise caution in August and conserve energy. The combination of heat and slow compression of days tends to bring about an uptick in recklessness, violence, and natural disasters. This isn't just with her, but it's with people in general. Like police tend to keep a closer eye on people when it's August. Do you draw strength from the moon or night as a whole? That's a good question. I think I draw strength from the moon, but I respect the night. I think that's the way that goes. Like the moon is in the night, but like they're not mutually exclusive. I've been saying that a lot lately. Mutually exclusive. Oh, this is too hot to drink. Too hot to drink. Also, I have witchy earrings that I'm not wearing for some reason. Why aren't I wearing them? All right, and then we're going to get into autumn to Samhain, which is the time that we're in right now, right? It's going to be, she takes it very seriously, and I take it very seriously. It is the witch's new year, and it's the last harvest. Very big on harvesting. Yep, sure can. Yeah, when the moonrise is like while the sun is still out. It's always cool, isn't it? Oh, I can't stand it. Big fan of this does not inspire confidence. Yeah. Kind of the mood of 2020, really. Yeah. Oh, coffee. Just plug it to my veins. All right. Autumn to Samhain. Fall is a special time of year for me. I feel a second wave of awakening and invigoration. I am likely to attend other folks' rituals and gatherings, as well as focus on the gardens, preparing them for winter. Yeah, me too. I'm usually the one hosting said rituals, and I do like a big divot because Samhain is a big divination night because the veil is awfully thin. I decorate my house in like divination stuff, which was really popular in the past couple of years at Spirit Halloween. So I have like all this like tarot and fortune telling decor. It's really cool. And oh, book closed. And I invite people to come over and throw cards and get their cards read and all of that stuff. And it's not just tarot. Like tarot is what I specialize in, so that is what I feel the most comfortable using. But I have runes. I throw bones. Stuff like that. I might do a video about throwing bones because when I was looking for information, there wasn't a lot of information to be found. I need more junk to throw in my kit. All right, Samhain to winter solstice. All right. For me, this is a time of remembering and honoring the deceased and working with root energy and what lies beneath. I am often involved in both leading and attending rituals to facilitate change. Same here. Though I was like, Samhain is also a time where I make a shrine dedicated to the dead. And all of my guests, they bring something that reminds them of their ancestors or their it's really big on ancestor worship. So like a deceased family member, an heirloom of some kind, they stick it on the altar. And we set a place at the table for them to eat, and then we burn it after. And feast day, Hecate's night. I don't know if you guys knew about this, but Hecate's night is November 16th. She says, on this day, I perform a personal ritual to honor Hecate. I do that on Samhain for sure. And I do it on November 16th. What I will do is I will take some candy that is from Halloween and that's like leftover, or I bought like a fresh pack because I buy it when it's on sale. And and I take it to the crossroads, and I give a little garlic. A lot of times I will give food that has garlic in it, and I wear keys, and there's all kinds of other stuff that I do too. I should do like a special on like how I celebrate Hecate. I throw bones, and it gives me control over wildlife. It gives me the power to play fetch with my doggies. Yeah. And I say throw bones, but to cast bones, I suppose. All right. Environment, the world around you. Another equally important part of crafting your path is the location where you live. Far too many people have placed more importance on the places where their blood came from and not enough attention to the land upon which they actually live now. This is something that I've been exploring a lot lately, like Appalachian magic, like Appalachian conjure, and the kind of stuff that grows in my neighborhood. In my neighborhood. I have like a state park in my neighborhood that I like visiting, which could be a special in and of itself as well. The oversight breeds a profound sense of disconnect that is the antithesis of witchcraft. Pushing the origin precedence is like trying to make the proverbial square peg fit in a round hole. The environment is a cauldron in which the ingredients of roots, inspiration, and time all get mixed in, giving your practice form and providing a place for it. I was born and grew up in the Delaware Valley of Philadelphia and have lived in Columbia, South Carolina, Providence, Rhode Island, the Bay Area of California, and Seattle, Washington. I have toured extensively throughout the United States for the last decade, and mainly through work have traveled to England, Germany, Greece, the Czech Republic, Hong Kong, China, Indonesia, the Philippines, Mexico, and Costa Rica. Every single place I have visited has had an energy of its very own. There is the land itself, the bodies of water that may surround it, the weather patterns that shape the land, flora and fauna, as well as what gets built upon the land and who makes their home there. In the span of only a few miles, the nature and feel of the land can shift dramatically. Smart ass. The spirit or personality of the land is often referred to as the genius loci. You will find other names for it in mythology and folklore from all over the world. Whether you recognize the genius loci as a distinct individual spirit of a place or a larger, more vague sense of energy present in the land around you, it can have a profound effect on your practice. There are the latitude and longitude coordinates that have a hand in determining climate. Location determines how the solar seasons will affect the land and its inhabitants, including you. The temperatures and seasonal changes in turn affect the flora and fauna, which are directly influenced by the landscape and vice versa. Every landscape has unique characteristics, the kind of soil and rocks that make up its bones, and the plants and animals that live upon and within it, forming its skin and blood. How does your environment factor into how you practice? Temperature and humidity may determine whether you conduct rituals and other works indoors or out. If you're working with plants, whether you are growing your own or wildcrafting, what you can grow or find at the beach or in the desert will vary greatly from what you can gather from a rainforest or alpine meadow. So similarly, the kinds of animals and insects you encounter in the city will probably be very different from the ones that make their home 30 miles away in the deep woods. In the city, you will have human-made monoliths and structures that give a distinct flavor to the energy of the land in a much different way than boulders left behind by glaciers do. Look at where you live. Where are you physically located? What is the land like? Is it flat or mountainous or somewhere in between? What are the major bodies of water around you? Streams, rivers, lakes, seas, oceans, etc. What is the habitat and nature of the plant and animal life around you? Are you in the city or the suburbs or far away from civilization? There's nothing more powerful and engaging than to connect to the land you actually live on. And even the concrete jungle has its own spirit and energy to it. Take time to connect to it, to identify the flow of the seasons, the plants, the animals, and the people. It's so much easier to be in tune with the hum of the land where you live. This means that if you move to different places, your practice will change accordingly to reflect the nature of where you live. But the places where you have lived previously will continue to influence you as well in the form of tools and inspiration. We have 10 more minutes. Oh, coffee. So good. star illuminating your path. The fifth element of rites is the star. If we have gathered roots, inspiration, and time in the cauldron of environment, the star is the guiding principles that invigorate our brew and transform it into functioning path of witchcraft. You could look at the star as your compass and formula for your code of ethics. I'm not going to feed you some sort of scary sounding mandate about how you should or shouldn't behave. My best words of wisdom in this department are to be responsible and to remind you of the 3 keys from chapter 1. Know thyself, maintain balance, and accept responsibility. In modern traditional witchcraft, there is no reed, no central code of morality or ethics. Instead, we have an understanding that all of our actions have a multitude of reactions, with both positive and negative interpretations subject to one's perspective. So we must consider our words and actions and the effects we can perceive them to have. Then take action and accept responsibility for all that we can perceive, as well as those we can't. Balance is always shifting. Sometimes it calls for extreme action, and other times it requires minute, delicate adjustments. The thing is, the star isn't some outside influence, some guiding spirit sitting on your shoulder. It is you, your internal guidance system. The star is the motor that keeps you running, so it's up to you to do the maintenance and problem solving. There is no one else to blame, which means you have to be very honest with yourself if you wish to follow the path of the witch. You have to take into account your strengths and weaknesses. Are you looking to be a practitioner forging ahead on your own, or are you better off as a participant following along? Who or what are you seeking power over? Being a witch means being realistic about who you are, who you've been up to this point, and where you want to go. You need to acknowledge both your talents and your failures and always be willing to learn more. See witchcraft as a part of everything you do versus something that's a side compartment, a hobby, or an attempt to avoid reality. This path is never the easy way out, and it spits out the lazy. Ain't that the truth? Witchcraft demands that you be honest with yourself, your practice, and your calling. Another important thing to remember for your star is the element of change, which is the pulse of witchcraft. Be ever thinking, always considering, fluid and growing. Think outside the box, beyond the books, and exercise critical thinking. The witch doesn't assume, the witch knows. Evaluate your path and ideas regularly. Things we believe at one point in our lives may not work later on, and vice versa. Discard what is unneeded and strengthen what works. If you are flexible enough to respond to the world around you, then you will be actively participating, actively practicing, and working. Sometimes we are the rock, and sometimes we are the water that swirls around the rock, and often we are both. 5 minutes. I think I'm going to save the next section because it's called the Witch's Manifesto. So I think we'll talk about the Witch's Manifesto tomorrow. Choosing threads, reconsidering tools and aids, practicing alone or working in groups. Do you need a teacher? Well, I guess at least a cohort, right? Like at least someone that you can bounce ideas off of. And I guess that's who I am. That's why you're here, right? Initiation and dedication, the truth of myth, age, experience, secrets, and the fear of missing out. Ooh, that ought to be interesting. Ooh. dangers of witchcraft. And then we get into actual craft things. All right. Cliffhanger until tomorrow. Feels like one could replace witch and witchcraft with other words in some of these descriptions. What kind of other words are you thinking of? What sort of words would you use in some of these descriptions other than witch? I gotta find my freaking iPad charger. I'm worried. I went to the mountains, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, and I haven't found my phone charger yet. I don't know where I stuck it. Yeah, it's not in my laptop bag. Thanks for this coffee this morning. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great day, Nicole. I think there are sprints happening right now, like writing streams happening right now. So I'm gonna do that and try and finish up my stuff for my release party. Thinking entrepreneur and self-help books that tend to use similar language to describe the successful in any field. Ooh. That's harrowing. MLM time. But it's true. I mean, if you're going to take it seriously, also experiment with words like farmer. Yeah. Because the whole idea is, like, if you're going to do it, go all in. Like, fair weather stuff, like, maybe you're a little witchy, but I wouldn't call you a witch. Right? I feel like witchcraft is a lifestyle, not a hobby. And being an entrepreneur is a lifestyle. Being a farmer is a lifestyle. Like, if you can't be a fair weather farmer and still call yourself a farmer, right? I think if you're going to go into something, I mean, and take it seriously, then take it seriously. But if you're going to take it seriously, you got to know yourself. Be true to yourself. And I know a lot of people hear this a lot, but they don't know exactly what it means. Gosh. There's this pillow that is making it difficult to stack my books. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. Tomorrow, I hope to have Aphrodite Lee. Yeah, Aphrodite Lee joining me, and we're going to talk about the Witch's Manifesto. Yep, I get it. Okay. Yeah, certainly. All right. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.